Marilyn Hawes back again. And this is a Monday morning when this is being recorded. I mean, there's better times of the week, aren't there, Marilyn?
Well, there are, but yeah, what's going on in the news and everything seems to change by the hour. So if you wait to the end of the week or even the middle of the week, it's old news, isn't it? I mean, what's going on is it's just I tell you, it makes compelling viewing to some extent because
Yeah.
you think, oh my gosh, what's happened now? And there is always something at the moment.
Is it the same old news? That's what
Well,
we've
you
got to
think it's
beware
the same
about.
old news, but you see, I did have to laugh this morning about Andy Burnham, because obviously the knives are now out for him, but he went out for this jog. Did you see this morning?
I did. I saw he had not his glasses on. I saw the extremely short shorts.
Oh, weren't they awful? But
It's a
also,
photo shoot. Come on, you don't see
absolutely it was.
anybody.
Yeah, how many people go running and oh, there's a camera. But also, he only ran about 40 minutes if he ran at all, and he got in his car and
He
drove home.
parked his car at an appropriate distance. Oh, come on, you've got to do better than that, Andy.
Oh my goodness me! And there was somebody on. Oh no, who was it? Oh my goodness, who was it? He was a boxer. He was on GB News this morning, and he said he doesn't train out, he doesn't work out. And they were saying, "Well, how do you know?" He said, "Look at the body."
Yes. Yeah, no, well, there we are. He's truly the politician, maybe that Labour have been looking for.
Oh, don't honestly. Yeah. I mean, I still think there's an awful lot of assumption that he's going to get in. I saw now Restore has come up with somebody, a lady who's lived in Wigan and has a small business there. So he's got somebody that he's going to stand. And I listened to. I thought she was very good. I mean, Kemi Badenoch, she was on yesterday with Laura Kunsberg. And I thought she spoke very well that it doesn't matter who you get, Labour are not going to change. It's the same old. They're not going to change. You can keep changing the people and flying another one in because they don't lay out what their plans are. And I feel sorry for Kemi because I think she's getting a lot of bad press from the previous Tory party, but I do think she's like a phoenix rising out the ashes. I think she is saying, I think give her a bit more time and some of these policies and all of that, that I have a plan. And of course, if you don't have to plan, you plan to fail, don't you?
Well, you've got to shoot half the Tory party. This is the problem. It's a lot
Mm.
of shootings for a short period because half of them should be Liberal Democrats,
Yes,
frankly.
yes,
That's
yes.
what went wrong with the Tory party.
Mm, Yeah, I mean it's it's an absolute dog's dinner. It really is. I mean,
A dog's dinner full of chaos.
yeah, absolute chaos, and underneath it, all of this, the thing with the boats and the migrants. I'm going through every day now at the moment, and I think every day there's another bunch of children aged 13, 14 missing, boys and girls, and the police are now putting it out on Twitter, and I follow some of the police constabularies. And these are really lovely young kids, and you wonder where are they? I don't see because normally if they find someone, it comes back out again on Twitter that thankfully we have found blah blah blah, safe and well. But out of the ones, I mean, it's up to double figures. It must be over 20 that I've been like on the case of, and only two that went missing together have been found. And where are the others gone?
And where are the communities they've gone missing from?
All over. All over the country. It's not just one. I mean, it's yeah, Leamington Spa, I think they were. They're just, and I keep pumping it out, going another one, another one, another one, another one, and then we have the arrests and the sexual assaults. They are all migrants. They are all undocumented illegal migrants. And one guy was arrested and said he was guilty and has been carted off, and he was smiling all over his face.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
thought it was funny. Why isn't he put on the boat back? This is what worries me. This worries me, but also the Muslim Islam thing really bothers me. And I was talking to someone yesterday. Oh no, where was it? And they, very sensible person, and they said the same thing. Well, I sort of said that they basically want a caliphate, and there's somebody in the church, I think, somebody in the church, I think it was, and perfectly sensible person who agreed the same thing.
Well, if it's declared, and it is declared by a significant proportion of the Muslim community, that they want Sharia law, they want, as you say, a caliphate, they want to take over.
Do you
Now,
know?
the conservative estimate is one third have got this mindset.
Hmm.
Some people say it's half. It's either militant or we would welcome it. But in any case, you've not got any other community that's got the agenda. It's all right saying, oh, we're flooded with West Indians. That's not true, by the way. But let's give that as an example. Yeah, but they haven't got the same agenda.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They have now got, which I saw last night, there are now 100 Sharia courts in England. I mean, oh, I just don't understand. I don't understand this government. I mean, you come to our country, you abide by our laws, and that is it.
Well,
You can't.
it should be, but as you and I know, it's all to do with the vote.
Yeah, but well, hang on a minute, but where is diversity, equality, and inclusion? They're not including themselves, are they? They're not, they want to stay in their ghettos and live their own lives. I mean, it is getting more and more obvious that there is a two-tier system. Do you know a guy I saw just before I came on the show? A guy's been arrested because he posted a bacon sandwich to someone.
Yes, well,
I mean, what a waste of police time. And as for the march on Saturday, which we did on Saturday morning, did we not? There were way over 80,000 people then. I think it was chucking up to about 100,000. But then mixed in with the pro-Palestine, But I mean, the visuals, the optics of watching all those red, white, and blue flags coming down in there. I mean, it was really inspiring. I think Tommy Robinson did a great job.
yes, it was peculiar actually, the reaction to that, because obviously social media is social media and
Oh,
you've
yeah,
got to be
yeah.
very careful about it. But some people, even the good people, dare one say, are saying, oh, look at this film. And it all comes past our desk.
Yeah.
And one favourite thing came on, it said, The Guardian. And it was helicopter shoot right the way through the crowd. But you look at it, and this is a giveaway, folks. Everything seemed to be a bit blurred. People were packing in together. I mean, you wouldn't be able to breathe if that was the true crowd. And one must say for the people, the family people, even the Christian people that were part of these, do be wise and check on things that are sent to you because it was clearly a scam.
Mm.
And in fact, it was taken from south of the Thames. But be careful before you send in stuff to our good selves. Check it out yourself before. But bless you, carry on sending in things, but be a bit
Yeah,
careful.
but I mean, I did think he did well. I think it's made. I think people are now rising up, and whether it makes any difference, who knows? Hopefully, that would send a message to anybody in number 10, but it won't because he's intent on doing what he does. It just really frightens me. And I wish I could remember who I was talking to that said this about the Islam's. It was only yesterday, but you meet a lot of people, don't you? And you think, who? I'm terrible at remembering who I talked to.
Yeah, I know, me included. No, that's not true. Listen, we've got we're going to go pretty deep today in things
Mm.
because certain things are happening apart from politics that maybe are going to change our lifestyles very quickly. Um, but we're going to start with Danny Kruger. He's jumped ship, of course, to Reform. A brilliant capture, nice guy, Christian guy, and has already started influencing Reform. And he stood up and said, look, we've not got to be ashamed of our Christian heritage.
Right.
You know, none of this, and it goes on throughout primary and secondary school. Oh, we're responsible for the slaves. We're responsible. Hang on, we're responsible for a good part of history as well as not so good part. And never let us forget that we were the ones that abolished the
Yes,
first
exactly right.
the slave
Exactly.
trade. I mean, if you look at our Christian history, it's littered with people like Florence Nightingale, like Salisbury with the slave trade, with lots of manufacturers like Fry's and Cadbury's who looked after their workers, built villages that still exist
Yes,
in
yes,
Cadbury's
yes, yeah.
favour. We've got a very good Christian heritage based on Bible truths. Now, the Americans, and we do a lot with America at the moment, it's completely different. They're not ashamed of their Christian
No.
Quaker roots.
No, they're not. They're not. Not at all. And it is almost like you're embarrassed to say you're Christian here. It's embarrassing. But I mean, Sarah Malley, whatever her name is, I mean, she's utterly useless, absolutely useless. I mean, really, um, there's no leadership from her or from any of them. It is absolutely dreadful. I tell you what I did like very much. I do your recording that you did with Gavin Ashenden. He is such a balanced man and so articulate. And I put that out on X. It was brilliant. And he is no nonsense, but he's got a really good
In a
style.
considered way.
He's very considered and he knows what he's sure of. He doesn't stumble. He knows what he knows, and he's not afraid to say it. And he knows what he knows about correcting things and what you should be doing. It actually, some way, it sort of dovetailed into the lady, Gilly, Gilly Bulldog, who I spoke to, and she was saying very much similarly. People need to start walking through those doors of the church and, you know, doing more active stuff to build up
She's
a head of steam.
a good lady because I spoke to her the other day. She's coming on the show later this week, and she's married to a vicar over
Mhm.
in Northern Ireland there, and they've seen the troubles in more than one sense,
Mm.
and it gives people a better perspective
Yeah.
often. We don't realise how fortunate we are in many respects, uh, and unfortunate. Now, I mentioned the yes, from the sublime to the ridiculous, and we're talking about Zach, of course, and his greens. He's
Ugh.
being caught out big time. We caught him out, and now the mainstream media have got hold of him, and it's completely bizarre. The man is odd. He's
Oh,
self-seeking publicist.
he's a complete weirdo. I think he needs to be sectioned myself. I mean, he truly is. I don't know where he sprung up from. He's not even called Zach Polanski, though, is he? He's got another
No,
name.
no, he's not. Well, I'm going to read something now that is very apposite. Uh, and the people who follow him are, in many cases, equally bizarre.
Yeah.
The well, yes, there was the Green MSP previously posted online that they've got hold of, not to wait for Elizabeth II to kick the bucket. Irish Dwan is a biological male who uses she/her programs and had previously referred to the late Queen as Big Lizard Lizzie. She wouldn't be the first, of course, but that is her ability to, in a free country, I'm going to say perhaps she couldn't do it now. Well, you can if you're the Greens. And it gets worse. There's a further controversy of another transgender Green MSP. Scotland seems to breed them. Does not have a permanent visa to work in the UK. And she is called Q Manivan, an Indian immigrant who identifies as non binary and elected as an MSP for Edinburgh and East Lothian. Now, that's not the real kicker. The real kicker is she can be paid, he's going to be paid, it's going to be paid £77,000 a year. Yes, that's what they get. Thought that would keep her quiet. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm going to apply myself.
Oh, dear, you're going to get yourself dressed up in green. You look like a goblin.
Well, some people call me a nit anyway,
Uh,
so I'd qualify. But I
this
mean,
I
that's
must
where we
see.
are in our politics. It's so sad, isn't it?
But I mean, it is laughable. You have to laugh. I mean, do you remember they used to have the raving loony party? I mean, I think they've probably all
They
jumped
still
ship.
do, and they make more sense than the Green Party.
I know. Maybe some of them have jumped ship from that and gone green. But I mean, you look at them; they all look like they've all got serious mental health
Yeah, but
issues.
some of them may have, but I mean, they're going to affect the future of our
I
country
know. I
with all
know.
this
Oh.
balanced voting.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping that now Caroline Lucas made a quote the other day, and she was the original Green Party lady, wasn't she?
Yes,
And she seemed
Danny
quite
Bryan.
a sensible lady. I don't know why she hasn't come out and said, like, when were we hijacked by these idiots? Because Caroline Lucas did not start the Green Party like this, and it trucked on for years with the environment, rightly so, and all of that. But now it's this, and I don't understand who allowed it to become what it is now.
Well, easily influence people, I suppose. Down in Brighton, where she had her kingdom, she was considered quite extreme by a lot of the politics
Yeah.
and people
Yeah.
associated. Now she's appears well in the mainstream compared with what is happening,
Yeah.
which leads us on quickly to the NHS app. Now, I've got to say, speaking from Spain. Wow, there is a difference between websites in Spain that tend not to work. In fact, most of them are blooming awful. If you think that you can shop online in Spain, as an example, forget it. All you get at best, most supermarkets don't bother, is a stream of garbage. It looks like computer code. You never see a picture of your dog food or whatever you particularly want that day. It's a nightmare. And the apps are even worse, especially the government apps. They never work. It's most frustrating. So you've got that blessing in Britain. Never mind the sunshine. The sunshine doesn't compensate for all this absolute confusion and nonsense that we get here. More of that perhaps in a bit later. But I am going on about this. It's the NHS app. Oh, Labour has said we've got to digitise the whole of the NHS. That is the worst thing you could do, as has come out with the app. People are finding out either by accident or even on purpose that they've got cancer, that they've got Parkinson's, they've got other serious ailments, because it's easier for, I suppose, the medics. Oh, we don't want 10-minute appointments to discuss that. Some of it, because they get the full blood test reports, are by accident, but accidents don't happen. It's a series of bad decisions that result in accidents, especially in the business field. If you don't put up proper barriers and proper protection, you need a doctor to interpret that blood test. Because if you go
Yeah.
on to Dr. Google yourself, you're not going to get the right result in many occasions.
And you can't do everything just, oh, send us a photo of it. Or, as I say, or talking to wonderful Marjorie, whatever her name is on our thing now. Talk to Marjorie or whatever. It's like she's not a human being. But there is a very sad case this morning I saw of a lady who, and again, I would urge anyone, if you know your own body, and if your own body is failing you, I wouldn't just be silenced by a GP. And this lady had been feeling unwell and she kept going to the doctor. The doctor kept saying, it's stress, it's stress. Or, we'll have a telephone chat, blah, blah, blah. And she's just died of ovarian cancer. And
So
in that time, I know it is a killer. Ovarian cancer is the silent killer, a bit like pancreatic cancer, but um, I don't
yeah,
know, would
the
she have been
symptom.
saved?
Mm.
But two years of having it, and she kept going back saying, I don't feel right, I don't feel right. And how sad. I mean, she was 40. How sad. And I would urge anyone, do not just keep going. Insist, insist, insist on seeing a consultant. That's why they're called general practitioners.
Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of extreme. One goes back uh, 2 or 3 decades to when the GP was a family GP, knew
Yes,
everybody in the family, would come out day and night if somebody had a high temperature, one of
that's
the
right.
kids, etc. Now that's one extreme because the GPs were absolutely overworking. You cannot work 24 hours a day.
No, of course not.
But then we're at the other extreme when all the power has gone back to the doctors.
Mm,
And as we have mentioned on numerous occasions, when you get 200 and odd £1,000 a year, which many of them do, not
mm.
all of them, and then only work 3 days a week because you've got to devote yourself to a Botox clinic for the other 2 days a week, something like the pendulum has swung far too much in
Yes.
favour.
Yeah, definitely.
And the
Definitely.
big NHS is failing, will continue to fail for one reason alone: it's a monopoly.
Mm.
If
Oh,
you've got
absolutely.
no competition, well, you're
And
going to sit back and say, oh, I can do that tomorrow because it won't matter.
and it's toxic.
It is.
It's toxic. You can't complain. You can't. No, it is toxic. They seem to do their own thing, like they're doing with the puberty blockers and all of this. I mean, but West Streeting won't have that, will he? He doesn't believe. I mean, I don't know how he thinks the waiting lists are shortening,
It's
and I don't
not. They're moving the deck chairs. We've covered that
exactly.
on a
I don't know
previous
how he
program.
thinks that the waiting time for ambulances has suddenly gone all the right
Just as
way. And
bad, if not worse.
I know, I know. I don't know what planet he's living on. Some sort of parallel universe.
Perhaps he'll join the Greens. No, I'm sure he won't. Um, but thinking about this logically, let's just, in a flight of fancy, imagine there's only one supermarket available to you.
Oh, yeah, well, that's right.
You watch your prices going up.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Go
Exactly.
back to Russia as was, and is in some merit the same at the moment, but not like it was. There was one place you could buy groceries from, and it was controlled by the government.
Mm.
Now, think of the analogy between that and the NHS. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there is.
Any bureaucracy that's a monopoly is a disaster.
Oh,
It
yes.
needs completely reforming.
Yeah, because you need that edge, don't you, to be competitive, to be
Yes,
better than. Do you know what I mean? You
I've
do.
got to be better tomorrow. I've got to be a bit smarter and a bit quicker because I want people to come to me rather than go
Exactly.
to the doctor down the road.
Exactly.
It will
Exactly.
transform things.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and talking about, as you say, supermarkets and all of that, I just have to get this bit in. Did you see the hideous pay that the man in charge of Tesco takes? Ten and a half, ten and a
Look,
half million pounds a year. He's just
yes,
gone.
yes.
It's obscene. It is absolutely obscene.
The
Really.
problem there is, of course, that we're following the American system, which is often good, but they have to pay their super execs a fortune to attract them. And that's the philosophy behind it. I don't approve that. I would work just as hard because I'm stupid, maybe, for £300,000 a year as somebody paid me 50,000.
But,
By the way, neither of those things are true. This is
but
a charity we run, believe it or not, folks. Yeah, that
same
proves we
here.
are crazy. Yes, join us. But it's just because it's in our DNA. It's in our upbringing. but no longer. You've got to be paid to attract the best.
Well, how do you know they're the best? That's the point. I mean,
Well,
I don't know whether he gets bonuses. Maybe he gets
well, yeah,
bonuses. I don't know.
well, big basic, but big
But
bonus.
given, given what's going on in the country and people, if you think one person can be paid that amount of money where you're struggling to get your groceries because you haven't got much money yourself, I mean, I don't think that's a good optic, shall we say.
Well, it isn't. I mean, of course, they turned round immediately because they expected a kickback over this and say, well, look, our staff, which is true, were paid 5.3% wage increase last year.
Mm,
Now that's well above the cost of living.
mm.
So that smooths it a little bit, but does it really? Yeah, okay. We're going to Gibraltar, down the road from where we are at the moment, literally.
Oh, no, again. Where are we at with that?
Well, yeah, where we at with Spain, with Gibraltar, with the EU. Lots of stuff to be written. I don't trust them for one moment. And I think the Gibraltarians have been lulled into, oh, it'll be all right in the night. No, it won't,
Yeah.
because they want you. But that's not what we're talking about. The USS Alaska, which is an Ohio class nuclear submarine, snuck in this week and announced that it was there. Oh, that's not very good. Underwater job, so you can sneak anywhere you like. But it's there, of course, as a threat against Iran.
Mm,
So that's on its way up the Med as we speak. But US are preparing for war and are prescribing war as we speak. We should be preparing for war in Europe,
mm,
and we're not.
mm.
Suddenly, Sir Keir, because somebody's whispered in his ear, you've got to be tough. So he stands up there, first of all, and criticizes families, Christians, and everything for going on the march.
Yeah, we
But
are right wing thugs. I
yeah,
mean, I'll tell you who was there. Siobhan White was there and made a speech. So she's a right wing thug, is she? I mean, it's absolutely insulting. The man is a little tin dictator, tin pot dictator.
I think he's really shot himself in the foot.
Oh, I hope so.
It brought a lot of anger. In fact, it
Yeah.
doubled the size. They reckon it doubled the size of the turnout.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going if he says I can't.
Well, that is the British attitude, isn't it?
Uh,
When we really get our back up,
yeah, eventually the back is up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not too late. Well, in his preparation, as I say, somebody's whispered in his shell like, you've got to appear tough, prime ministerial. He's also said, there you are, Army, Navy, and Air Force, there's £18 billion for you. And that's all part of the new image. Where's he getting it? Is it Diane Abbott's money tree?
I know. It's bizarre. I mean, where do they keep? I mean, who is funding it and where are they getting it from? I mean, I agree with you. It's just like it's big. And also, the other thing that gets me, though, if we're talking about money, that the French have agreed that the money that they're getting from England is not going to make any difference.
No, not in the
So
least. And
why aren't they sending it back
these are
600?
French politicians that have actually said this.
Yes. So why are we sending the money? Why don't we demand a refund if the money has already been winged? I mean, it's
It's
dreadful.
all part of where Starmer is taking us back into Europe. Now streeting is, and I'm not sure where Andy is going. Uh,
No, well,
he's playing politicians. Perhaps he should get the job. Certainly others can't play
but I
politicians.
mean, I mean, I saw this morning that, but I mean, Trump has said this before, and I don't see him as a war person, but I think it's true. They are not going to back down. The Iranians, it's not in their DNA. It's all about saving face, isn't it? And he was there this morning saying, "What are you? Be prepared. The clock is ticking. Like blow you off the face of the earth, sort of thing." But, I mean that. But you won't. It is everything about the Middle East. the Arabs, that whole, it's all about saving face. They will stand and be absolutely obliterated rather than agree the peace plan, because that, I think, agreeing the peace plan, they would think that makes them look weak.
That's what the Quran tells them, so we
Oh,
shouldn't
right.
expect any
Like
better.
having 17 virgins when you die. Yeah, okay.
No, it can be 72. You can have up to 72, apparently. But looking at those on shows with all their sexy burqas on, it doesn't appeal to me in the least. But there you go. So we've all got different tastes. Um, Good news. We've got some good news.
Oh, have we?
Yes.
Starmer's
Hey.
going.
Yeah, but look what's coming in his place. Right, left. Staycations are in because of the oil. Aviation fuel in particular
Hmm.
is in short supply, probably likely to go on throughout the summer. But let's see how that develops. But staycations are back. And we used to live in a tiny village on the Llŷn Peninsula, which is in northwest Wales, sticks out into the sea, which was gorgeous. We fell in love with it years and years ago. And we used to have a little cottage there before the local council said, you're going to pay 4 times as much tax as anybody else because we don't want you, but we want your money. Well, that's what, for whatever reason, we love the place. And Abersoch is at the end of the Llŷn Peninsula and it's gorgeous. It's got the most delightful beaches and, in the main part, delightful people. And we were very happy there. And people have rediscovered it. Now, it's always been a bit of a posh place. So the rich and famous from, are there any? Yes, Manchester and
Yeah,
Birmingham used to
easy for
come.
them.
And suddenly in the summer, it was full of Bentleys and Rolls Royces and Ferraris, Lambos, you name it, they were all coming down. And you could buy, even those days, a chalet on the beach, posh caravan on the beach, and it used to cost you £500,000. This I'm talking 25 years ago, folks. So you can imagine what they cost now. It is posh, but you can still get very cheap holidays at
Mm,
local
mm, mm.
places, 5 or 6 miles away from actual Abersoch, and they've still got good beaches. And so a lot of the travel journalists are going down there and discovering it. And they say, why do we have to catch an aeroplane
Well,
to go to Spain? And we've got 3 kids. And that in an airport, if you want a nightmare, that's a nightmare.
I think I think the trouble is that it's the weather, isn't it? People go, "Oh, I need the sun." Yes. So that's the big draw. But I used to, when I was teaching, I mean, it's many years ago now, and you'd think, "Oh, they're all going here, all going there," and I remember saying to one class, "Has anybody been to Cheddar Gorge?" And one hand went up. Has
No,
anybody been here? Has anybody been to Norfolk? Anyone seen the seals off the Norfolk coast? Has anybody been to Durham? Has anybody been? We really do have the most attractive country to go. The Yorkshire Dales, the Peak District, so many beautiful places. And I think it's a shame that people go abroad to some hotel on an all-inclusive whatever. The kids go to the playgroup thing and everybody else sits on the beach and gets burnt. I think the trouble is also those staycations don't come cheap.
um, it depends. You can be clever.
Mm.
Like, don't go to the Abersoch village itself. Go to a little town called Llanbedrog, which is only
Yeah.
a few miles away. And that is very cheap. And you get all the benefits of both. And of
Mm.
course, select your whatever it is, holidays, Airbnb, whatever, carefully, preferably by recommendation. And it will be a very much cheap holiday. Also, you're not going to get fried. Why
Yeah.
anybody comes to the Med especially the southern Med where we are, and Greece and that way on, it's 40 degrees
Yeah,
plus
it's too hot.
in July and August. Come on,
Awful.
that's no joy.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, I can remember being in Italy at that time and it was just unbearable. I can also remember coming to Spain and thinking, oh, we'll go to Madrid. I thought I was going to die of the heat. And there was what's that palace there in Granada?
Yes, the Alhambra.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. You can't enjoy what you're looking at because you're so darned hot.
It is, and it's not only the heat, it's the humidity.
Yeah, yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of people say, well, Barcelona's worth a visit. It is, but I'm sorry, it's not the heat so much because it only gets to
yeah,
30 odd degrees in
yeah. It
Barcelona.
is the
It's
humidity.
the humidity.
It's
It's
the same in
killer.
Bermuda. Same in
Yes,
Bermuda. You wouldn't go to, no one in their right mind goes to Bermuda July, August. You think in an island in the middle of the ocean, but you wouldn't, oh, it's unbearable. The people there who are the Bermudans, they go like, oh, we get it, getting off the rock. We're going to the States or Canada or something because it is unbearable.
but as you say, the flying in the ointment is the blooming weather.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
it is.
actually, the Llŷn Peninsula, where Abersoch is situated, actually is fairly flat. You don't hit the Snowdon Mountains,
Mm.
which bring and collect the rain like you wouldn't believe. Often it passes over, and if you go in the height of summer, you're pretty unlucky if you get a week of rain. But you can do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm very fond of Three Cliffs Bay and down in the south and the Mumbles. I love the Mumbles, Gower Peninsula. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If it's not raining.
Yeah, and if your car doesn't do more than 20 miles an hour,
Oh God.
then you've got to
Yes.
go to Wales. Right. We're going to discuss um, quite a moving story, actually, and it contains a lot of truths of a young girl aged 12 with her mother, sadly break up of the family. Mother steps in and does a sterling job. Father goes his own way. And apparently, she was encouraged at school, this 12-year-old, to trance because that's the fashion, apparently, in quite a number of schools these days.
Mm.
It is horrendous, this.
It is.
And she's encouraged to keep mum. That's, yes, a euphemistic phrase. She's encouraged not to tell her parents. That is equally diabolical. These
It's dreadful.
people want dealing with and sacking on the spot.
Mm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's dreadful. But you see this with little ones coming into the primary schools. Oh, if you feel like you're John today, you can use that toilet and we won't tell mummy. Teaching
Yes,
children to be devious and lie. It's terrible. Absolutely
it,
terrible.
it goes on all the time in many schools.
It does.
They take advantage in this case of a broken marriage, obviously.
Yes.
And it comes out, the child has a good heart-to-heart talk with mum and discusses the fact that she wants to trans. Mum says, "Oh, I didn't know you were, okay, you've dressed as a boy sometimes, and but you've always climbed trees and mucked around. Doesn't mean you're trans."
No.
But they've convinced her at school, her teachers, that she was, and she's come to look at things online, particularly, which have confirmed that she should transition. Now, another thing that's in the whole story that is significant, in this talk she has with mother, mother was saying, well, I can understand psychologically and bodily why if you get on with other women, other women, you can become, well, she not was encouraged to be a lesbian, but mother could understand if she'd have gone the lesbian way. And I read to the next paragraph and I thought, oh, we've been conditioned by LGBT and others that it's perfectly normal to become a lesbian, to become gay. It's not normal. this is the new normal that has been created. And I'm talking about normality from scientific point of view. There are certain people that may be effeminate. Well, fine. Doesn't mean to say
Doesn't
that
make no,
they're homosexual.
absolutely not.
No. Anyway, story for another time. We'll conclude this by saying this was a terrible situation where Dad said and accepted the fact that she was trans. And basically, from age 12, mother never saw or hardly ever saw daughter again. And father, who took the son, has now got two sons in the breakup of the marriage. It is tragic if you think about it.
Terrible. It's terrible.
And she's had a breast bound.
Yeah.
She's had all the drugs. How does she get them? I thought Keir Starmer was saying, oh, well, the Tavistock clinic's got to close and everything. We talked about that last time. That doesn't mean that. But the stunning thing is, all this report, the law needs changing, yes, we'll change it, is a hoax because they've let private clinics, and there are
Yeah.
many throughout the country, carry on dispensing this evil torture of our kids.
It's dreadful, and I mean, and the kids, because with everything that was going on, that child would have had some sort of trauma, and with the breakup and everything, and she needed to have some mental health support, not go down that route. It's absolutely dreadful. I mean, I don't know if you saw it last night. This brilliant student at Cambridge University. She was president of the debating union or something. Maver, whatever. She had loads of good curly hair. My goodness me, she was so articulate, wasn't she? She was
Outstanding.
absolutely outstanding. I mean, I would have thought she was probably a third year student, but incredibly articulate and nailed it about men are men and women are women, and absolutely. And then somebody said something to her about hatred or something, and she said, "Oh, I can tell you as a woman what hate looks like." Directed at us, and then because I don't know how she was discovered, but then they got her into the studio at GB News, and I thought, my goodness, my dear, you've walked your way right into a career, because she was just I couldn't remember. I think her surname began with an H, but it was Maver, somebody, and she got unbelievable curly hair, but outstanding. Absolutely. And from a young person's aspect of it, I mean, she could only have been about 20, 21. Unbelievable. So mature.
And
So
she did
mature.
mention that although we may think all the students have gone woke, there's still a good third of them
Oh,
that are making up their own minds and want to
yeah,
discuss this and
yeah,
not be blocked by the idiots that
yeah.
want to block them. That's what they go to university for, to
Oh,
discuss and
well,
debate.
that's exactly what she raised, didn't she? She said that. That's the people, you go to university to be challenged. That's the whole idea. Can you be challenged? And but even on GB News, she was still incredibly articulate with Alex Armstrong. It was incredible, absolutely amazing. I might even listen to it again. I was so taken. I wish I could remember her surname. Began with an H, maybe. You only have to
I,
Google.
I caught the end of it. I didn't catch the name
Oh, it
myself.
was very good.
Yeah.
Very good indeed. So there is hope.
There
There's
is, well, I'll
something
tell you now, we've got to discuss before we go hope or disaster. And this is for everybody, folks, not just the UK. There was a gentleman in Bletchley Park. Both of us know it very well. Code breaker. And
Mhm.
in 1965, he prophesied I.J. Good. He posited an idea about ultra intelligent machines that are about to come upon us. Most people said, oh, well, yeah, okay, it's okay for Arthur C. Clarke and other luminaries to make the next episode of whatever. Star Trek. No, he wasn't involved in Star Trek. Roddenberry was. Anyway, let's build a wonderful vision of the future And Good said, the last invention that man need ever make is a machine that could replicate itself. Now, think about that. Sorry to ask you to think, guys, but if you get a machine that can replicate itself and improve itself,
Yeah.
then it's a chain reaction.
Mm.
And it won't be very long before you get a super computer. And it's happening now. Do you remember Kubrick's film 2001
No, I didn't see that.
when Hal the computer, who was very useful flying this spaceship, suddenly decided he'd got enough intelligence to overtake the human bit? It was scary, brilliant
Yeah.
film. And it did overtake the actual spacemen involved in this particular case. So the future is with us. There's a name for it, and remember it now, because this is what's going to happen, folk, very quickly. It's called a recursive self-improvement computer system. And now all bets are off. When a computer can think for itself, there's where you cross over the Tiber or whichever river you want. Now, OpenAI has been with us for a while, but now regularly we've got computers that are writing code.
Yeah.
Now, they've not been able to, and it's always been the human coming along and say, what do you mean by that? And correcting everything. The computer is now capable of corrections, which has been the big problem in the past. So it can reinvent the wheel. It's with us. The worst or the best scenario is by 2028, it'll be here.
Good grief.
Some
Goodness.
people
I
say,
remember, do you remember 1984, the book?
yeah,
I can remember, oh, that's going to be
oh,
scary in the future. We've already seen and checked the tick box on that one now.
well, some people say it could be 50 years. Those with hope say it could be 100 years, but it's coming.
Yeah.
So what are we in for? Well, we could be in for disaster where computers fight computers.
Oh,
World War
sake.
III proper is declared. But can I tell you something else? If you want to look at the speed which this is going at, by 2028, you can cure cancer,
Oh, that would be great.
wouldn't it?
That would be great. See, not everything's dark, is it? You see, everything's
No,
got its, I mean,
everything's a two-edged sword, like
yeah,
the
it
internet.
is. It is. There's always going to be somebody that wrecks what was a great idea. So it's the same with the images of children with AI. The number of people that are taking children's photographs off the web. I've said it for ages. Don't let your kids sit in front and have their photograph taken. But all of that, and yet AI is doing things already for being able to scan people, get the results of their illnesses really quickly. The police can look at the AI can help police enormously shorten their time for child abuse images. So there's always everything's got a good side, everything's got a bad side. When it's good, it can be very good, but there's always that side. What are people going to do for jobs? If
That's the next thing that's going to happen. You don't need people anymore to do jobs. The computers will do it all. You can sit at home and get as fat as you want.
I think there's 100 years away from maybe everything taking over, but maybe we'll everybody will just be giving birth to robots soon.
Yes. Let me read you a chilling statement which most people agree on in the scientific world about this particular situation. Within another 3 years, humanity could be wiped out or could be on its way to colonizing the galaxy, depending on what path governments and AI companies take along the way. So it still depends on the human being input.
Yeah.
Are we capable of being God, small g? Because that's what it really means in one sense. Will we get that right? I'll tell you one thing, computers are never going to love us.
No,
We can love other people, love
that's one thing.
situations,
No, that's one thing it can't do.
and
That's the thing with AI and
yeah,
chatbot. No, you know, people think they're falling in love with a digital voice.
yes, well, HAL should
The
cure that.
world has gone mad. I'm not sorry that I'm no longer a teenager. I really am glad. I think I've seen the best of times. I think I was lucky to born where I was.
Well, apparently, 1 in 6 people in the next 20, 30 years will live to over 100.
Ugh, no thanks. I don't mind as long as I'm not sat in an old people's home dribbling down my chin. Yeah.
Well, yes. Oh, aren't we cheerful? Something to think about today. We've finished.
Okay.
We've not had much good news. Yes, we have. It could work out well, could work out as a disaster. Do we trust our politicians to get the right answer?
No.
No.
We're all off to hell in a handcart. That's what I fear.
Well, you know, the real God could step in and save us all. There you
Oh,
go.
there we
Food for
go.
thought.
Yes, let's hope so.
Listen, we'll see you and cheer you up in a
See
few
you
more
next
days.
time. See you next time. Take care. Bye for now.